Florida State's first year under Willie Taggart was more of a struggle. They ended up going 5-7. Didn't even make a bowl game, which was a huge surprise. They haven't done that in a while, but how are they going to do in 2019? That is what we're going to be going over today. Florida State schedule preview. We'll be going over a few players of this team will be returning, who they're going to be losing, and also we're going to be looking at their schedule for the first time this offseason. Once again, last year they went 5-7. Very rough first year under Willie Taggart, but will there be improvement in 2019 is going to be the real question. And I think that they should definitely improve. I think this is the lowest that a team like Florida State usually is way better than 5-7. We see them go like soaring way high, like 8-9 wins almost every year. So this was a major down year for this team. I do believe that they'll be improved next year, not by much. I think it'll take a little bit of time for them to be able to improve. I definitely think that this is as low as they'll be able to go. They lose one receiver and 3 offensive linemen on offense, so really only 4 starting losses on offense. And then you lose two defensive linemen and 1 safety on defense. So really on defense, you're not losing a whole lot either. So this is really, there's a lot more potential for this Florida State team. They were very young last year, and we all knew that. I mean, with a new head coach and then a whole bunch of younger players, it could be a rough year, and it ended up being so. But I do believe now, since they're going to be more experienced, definitely could be a better year this year. 2019 outlook is going to be good for Florida State. Probably not as good as most Florida State fans are used to. I mean, usually you can expect a good 8 or 9 plus win season out of this team almost every year. I don't think they'll get to that point this year yet. I think 7 wins is probably a good bet for you. But now looking at their schedule, here's what they have. They don't have as easy of a schedule, really. I mean, they got Boise State. Of course, Boise State's been good. Louisiana Monroe, that'll probably be one of your easier non-conference opponent games. And then the next weeks, you got Virginia and Louisville, NC State, Clemson, Wake Forest, Syracuse, Miami, Boston College. And you got your other non-conference game, which is Alabama State, and then Florida to end off the season. Really, it's kind of a difficult schedule. I mean, Florida, of course, should be pretty good next year. You got to go to Boston College. Miami could be better this year. You got to play them at home. Syracuse, I mean, we know about them last year. You got to play them at home. You got Clemson on the road, NC State. Really, all these opponents. This is more of a tougher ACC schedule. I think they've got one of the tougher schedules in the ACC. I wouldn't go as far to say that they've got one of the hardest schedules in all of the Power 5 conference teams, but I definitely do think that they've got more of a difficult one. Here's kind of what I think of it. I think 3 games are going to be guaranteed. That is Louisiana Monroe, Louisville, and then Alabama State. Louisville, I think they'll be a blowover once again this year. Really not expecting much from them with a new head coach, and once again, still don't have Lamar Jackson. They've got a messy quarterback situation with pass out there. But I do believe that Florida State, though, they should win that game pretty easily. I think estimated record-wise 5-7 to 9-3. Once again, I would say if you want a more defined answer, I'd say between 6 and 8 wins. It'll be tough to get to 8 wins, but I definitely do think that 7-5 is very possible for this Florida State team next year. Being more experienced is going to help them a ton, and also with Willie Taggart having more experience as well. Him having experience as well. I mean, of course, last year he had it was just his first year, and of course, with a whole new team, things can be a little bit bumpier first year. We saw that with quite a few first-year coaches like Nebraska, Scott Frost, and all of them. I mean, we saw that those teams have struggled last season, but I do believe that Florida State will be better this season. So do expect them to make a bowl game. I think it is more likely than not that they'll make a bowl game next season. I can't tell you how good, but I definitely do think that they'll make a bowl game. That is it for Florida State schedule preview. We'll be going over these teams once again in the summer. We are still several months within the season beginning as we are just getting into March. Stay tuned for more schedule previews. We got about half of the ACC left. We're about halfway done right now. Stay tuned for those. Once again, thank you guys all for watching, and show some support, and only if you would like to, and I will see you all later.